I'm going to answer as many questions as I can in about 30 minutes time. Just a couple quick announcements before we begin. So the first one is Fight Tips gloves should be available the first week of February. There's been a delay from the manufacturer. I'm very sorry about that. Believe me, I'm just as bummed as you guys are. But first week of February, they should be in stock. Limited quantity, not quality. Quality's good. Quality's really good. Limited quantity. So it's gonna be first come, first serve, and I have a feeling based on the amount of messages that I've been getting about the gloves that they are going to sell out quick. The first batch sold out in 5 hours, and I have a feeling same thing's gonna happen. So I'll keep you guys updated here. I'll keep you updated on my Twitter and Instagram. Instagram I use all the time. What's up, everybody? Everyone's flooding the chat right now. Thanks for coming in, guys. So we'll talk about the fights. We'll talk about, yes, everyone's asking about Ngannou, Stipe. Second announcement, real quick. I've been asked, and I'm honored to say that I'm part of the Super Seminar World Series, which is starting in New York City. Ready for this lineup? Listen to this. So I'm going to be the host, and I'm also going to be teaching as well. It's going to be Jose Aldo. It's going to be Andy Sauer. It's going to be Chinzo Machida. It's going to be Bas Rutten and Dwayne Ludwig. And then there's going to be special guests. I've heard Chris Weidman may show up. Heather Hardy. There's going to be there's going to be a lot of big names in the house. And I'm going to be hosting it. If you can't make it to New York City, I believe it's March 26th, 27th, 28th. We're going to be doing a pay-per-view live stream, so everyone across the world will be able to see it. This focus is a little weird. It's got a new phone. I got the Note 8 Samsung. Everyone's pissed at me. Everyone's like, why didn't you just get the iPhone? I like it because it's got a stylus. I take a lot of notes, so it's instead of carrying around the notebook and my phone, I got everything right here. I like it. I dig it. It's working. When do the gloves restock? Someone asked. Must have just came in. Yeah, so that's what I announced in the beginning of the video. First week of February. They should be. They should be. All right, so let me answer some of these questions, guys. I know, like I said, I get thousands of questions a day, and it's impossible to answer all of them, but I want to. I want to try, because I know some of you guys really have some specific questions, specific situations that you need help with. So let's talk. All right, so everyone's saying, what did you think about the Ngannou Stipe Miocic fight? I didn't actually watch the whole thing. I was at the BELLATOR fights last night, which were awesome. Rory McDonald is the new champ. Crazy 5-round fight against Douglas Lima. Douglas Lima has been said to be one of the best welterweights in the world, and really showed that last night. Rory showed that he was even better, though. Rory, yeah, I'm seeing people saying Rory is the man. I'm telling you, man. He is that guy. I swear that guy is a machine. He's a Terminator. He's got the living tissue over top of the metal endoskeleton. That guy. Did you see he's getting hit with those calf kicks? A lot of people are utilizing calf kicks now. So going lower than the knee when you throw a low kick. A lot of people have trouble checking them, and if you hit the outside or the backside of the calf, you can shut someone's leg down. And Lima put Rory down with a kick like that. Rory kept going, man. He kept muscling through. He just shut that pain down and went for it. It was awesome, and he got the unanimous decision victory after the 5-round war. What else? And then Michael Chandler looked amazing, dominating Yamauchi. Then we had Aaron Pico with a body shot knockout. Seeing that live in person, I was just a couple rows away. That was awesome, dude. Great shot, wound up, perfect liver shot, left hook to the body. And then Chow controlled the fight against Rampage Jackson. I did watch the highlights of Ngannou and Stipe, and let me give you my feedback on that. Everyone's saying, everyone thought Ngannou was going to be the next big thing, and I think he still has a chance. He's very new to the game. He's still learning, and people are saying, but he's got the strongest punch in the world. He's got the bigger frame. He was the bigger guy. What happened? Why didn't he win? Guys, there's so much more to it than just strength and power and stature. It has to do with, I thought Stipe had really good hand control, hand fighting. He was really good at dictating the range and the pace of the fight. He had Ngannou overcommit on shots, leaning in on shots. Stipe was keeping his head moving, staying off the center line, was setting the pace in that a lot of the time it's a great way to land shots by just staying completely relaxed. But I think more than that, what I'm trying to say is don't telegraph. I'm starting to see that more and more. I was working with Ryan Garcia yesterday. Kid's incredible, fastest hands in the game. No telegraphing of his shots before he throws. And Stipe was kind of doing that same thing where he'd be relaxed. It almost looked like he was waiting for the punch so that he could counter. But before Ngannou even got that shot off, he would throw a quick jab cross and land it. And then, again, take his head off that center line and move. His takedowns, he just had the better wrestling. It seemed like Ngannou kind of didn't prepare for the ground that much. And I think it just took him off his game. And then the cardio and conditioning. You know, I mean, if you're going to be a heavyweight, you got to carry all that weight around. You have to work on your conditioning. If you're going to be a fighter, period, you need to work on your conditioning. So I think what we're going to see is he's going to continue to improve Ngannou. I think there's going to be a great lesson for him. I think it's good that he lost for him and for his career, because now he's just, he's going to go back to the drawing boards and become even more of a monster. Anyone watch boxing? Anyone watch my man Errol Spence last night? I did not get to watch that fight yet. But I think that kid is the future of boxing. I'm seeing Khabib Ferguson. What do I think about that? Yeah, it's going to be a good fight, man. I mean, both guys bring it. That's what I'm excited. When I get excited for fights, it's when you know it's going to be a good fight or an interesting fight, and I think that really will be. Khabib gets caught when he's standing. He gets caught with punches. He leaves his chin out. He's been staggered a couple times. I think it was Michael Johnson. I mean, he completely dominated overall. He completely dominated Michael Johnson, but he did get caught with a shot that stunned him and made his knees buckle. So I think if he fights someone like Conor, I think Conor would take out Khabib. I mean, anything could happen, you know. I'm just talking about chance here. It could be 100 fights. How often does he win those 100 fights? But I think Conor beats Khabib. Ferguson. I think I gotta go Khabib in that fight. Would beat Ferguson, but I gotta study tape. I'm not good at doing predictions unless I've really done my research and studied tape. Will you get back with Tom and Juji? I do. Those guys are awesome. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I got another video with Juji coming out. We're still working on it. It's gonna be a longer formatted video. We're doing a new series where we interview people. I got inspired from the YouTube show Hot Ones. You guys watch that? Hot Ones is an interview style show where celebrities, musicians are eating hot wings that are getting progressively more hot. So by the end, they're tearing up. They can't even think, but they got to answer interview questions. So we're doing something like that, but with fighting and training. So they're getting more and more tired, and I'm asking them questions. Juji is a lot of fun, and then we did the same thing with Ryan Garcia. So these should be coming out within a week, 2 weeks. I think you guys will like that a lot. You should try the last of the dab and Hot Ones. Who should Adrien Broner fight next? I don't know. Who did I hear that were talking about matching him up against? I can't think. I don't know, man. I don't know. I do like, you know what? I like Broner, though. I do like his style. I do. I learned a lot from watching him hitting the bag and the way he fights. He never overcommits really on punches. He's really good at his retraction, meaning when he throws his shots, whether it lands or not, he's really good at getting his hand back. It seems to be a lost art. Seems like a lot of people really commit to the punch halfway, whether it landed or not, and then they kind of have a lazy retraction, let it come down. But like I said, Broner's got skills. You gotta, whether you like him or not, you gotta admit that. How do you defeat a newborn child? It's tough, man. That's a tough one. You guys are silly. Peekaboo style video. Peekaboo, yeah, you gotta keep the head moving, knees bent, glue your fist to your cheeks. Stipe versus Kane, that's a fight that I'd like to see. Kane, man, I can't wait for Kane to come back. Kane Velasquez. Do more boxing videos, noted. Chael Sonnen's gonna win the Grand Prix. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I'm interested. It was surprising when I would ask people about who they thought was gonna win between Rampage and Chael. Almost everyone said Rampage. Like, this is a gimme fight for Rampage, isn't it? And I was like, you sure? Really? You think so? I kind of saw the fight going exactly how it did, with Chael getting underneath of the shots, taking him down, controlling the pace, tiring him out. And that's just pretty much what happened. Yeah. I don't really root for guys. You know, I don't really root for anyone. I see it as skill, and I strategize. I try to break it down that way. I don't really get emotionally invested in fighters anymore. TJ versus DJ. So it's TJ Dillashaw versus Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse. That would be an awesome fight. I'm a big fan of both of those guys. Again, that's another one I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be rooting for anyone. I'd be sitting there with a pen and paper and just taking notes the whole time. Someone said, what do you think about karate? Guys, all martial arts, I'm telling you, like, I think people are starting to realize it more and more. There isn't a best martial art. It's mixed martial arts. You need to take what works for you. So yeah, like side kicks, you can call that karate, you can call it taekwondo, whatever you want. Side kicks probably my favorite technique to throw. There's so many different variations. I feel comfortable with it. So yes, karate. Karate is good. Karate is good. Cool. Bruce Lee versus Shane. I could take Bruce Lee. Next question. I'm not a cocky guy, you guys know that, but I gotta stay confident. Man, these questions are moving too quick. Nice cup. Yeah, check this cup out. My friend Noah got me this. It's a bear with sharks for arms. I was actually doing a live stream. The reason why he got this for me is because I was doing a live stream on Fight Tips like 2 years ago, and we were talking about who would win in or we were talking. It was style versus style. Who do you think would win? And I'm like, guys, that's like saying who would win, a bear or a shark. It depends if you're on land or in water, and then everyone just starts commenting. No, a shark would win if a shark had legs. Everyone's going back and forth. Someone said, "Are you a full-time YouTuber?" Yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, I do 3 videos a week on YouTube. I don't have a day job, if that's what you're asking. But I see Fight Tips as more than just a YouTube channel. It's a business, and we sell gear, equipment, gloves, t-shirts. We do online training, personal training. I'm now doing consulting for gyms, hidden gyms. So, yes, I am full-time Fight Tips. When are you gonna fight in the UFC? I'm done fighting, guys. No more fighting for me. I like coaching others. I like running my business. I'm gonna try to keep as many brain cells as I can. What's my yearly salary? Oh, now we're getting personal. People talking about price here. I make as much money. It's directly related to how hard I work. So yeah. Do you still train at a gym? Yeah, so I still do my sparring at a gym. I love having my own home gym. I love being able to listen to my own music. I like being the only person in the gym. I've always preferred that. I've been in a class setting my whole life growing up. You know, I went from taekwondo to Muay Thai to boxing. And I'm not gonna spar myself. Sometimes I bring guys over, as you see, and we spar in the gym. But I go to a systems training center in Hawthorne to get my sparring and jiu-jitsu and bring it 96. He keeps posting. I keep missing it. So what's up, brother? GSP's future. What's your opinion? Could he beat Woodley? Yes. Yeah, I think he could. I don't know what's next for GSP. I don't know. It seems like he's at the BELLATOR fights a lot. Whether he's cornering guys or supporting Rory. I didn't see him there last night. I'm not sure if he was there, but I wondered if he would make that leap into Bellator, if he would leave UFC. I don't think he will. They treat him well in UFC, and I think he likes that. As for his next matchup, I would like to see him against someone like Woodley. I think he could beat him, but something tells me Woodley would catch him, and then I could see just the wrestling kind of becoming a stalemate. And if they were to stay standing, I would go Woodley on that, I think GSP in his prime would win, but I'm going Tyrant on that. Looks like a lot of people are agreeing. Who takes Holloway versus Edgar? Man, I like, again, both guys that I like. Holloway, man, there's something about that guy. I think he just enjoys fighting a little bit more than these other guys in UFC, in MMA. And there's something very scary about a guy that likes to fight, that likes to brawl. And you can see there's certain guys that just have that like being in there. When they get hit, they shake their head yes. You know, there's something sick about those guys. But I don't know if it's the Hawaiian in him or what. I see him beating Frankie, even though I love Frankie. I learned a lot from watching Frankie, actually. His boxing is some of the best in MMA. How do you fight aggressively? Some of these things, man, it's just a mental block where you hesitate. There's drills you can do. I like doing a drill either on the street or on a treadmill. Have the treadmill going at a 3.8. and just constantly moving forward. So you're in your fighting stance on the treadmill, shuffling your feet forward, moving forward. So you just kind of get that rhythm going where you're always moving forward, and just keep your head moving. Think Tyson, right? Peekaboo style, or pumping shots as you're moving in. Get that aggressive moving forward. I did a video on this on a couple of different drills that you can do, but like I said, it's kind of a mental block where you just need to get over it. And just next time you spar, my goal today is to be more aggressive. My goal today is to throw more jabs. My goal today is blank, you know? So you have to have these goals when you go into sparring. You can't just, if you have a plan A and you always work your plan A, and plan A doesn't work in the fight, what are you going to do? You don't have a plan B, you know? That's my favorite. Someone said, "Hi, Sean." I had a guy come up to me once and say, "Sean, I'm your biggest fan. Fight tips, right?" And I said, "Apparently not, because my name's Shane." That's close enough. I respond to whatever. Shane versus Khabib. Yeah, I'm putting all my money on Khabib on that one. Yeah, right. And sparring these guys, seeing these guys train, it's a whole nother level, man. I ain't ready for them. Did I say that to Stipe? I don't remember. I want to meet Stipe. I want to have a beer with that guy. He seems like a really cool dude. Volunteer firefighter. Yeah, I like that guy. Do the Sweet Science sweaters shrink in the wash? I've washed this one, and maybe a little bit, but not too much. Orthodox or side stance? Depends. Someone said which is better. It depends on what you're trying to set up. In a side stance, your leg's exposed for leg kicks, takedowns. But you got your side kick. You can be a little more in and out, agile. So both. Hey, Sean. Salute. Sorry, I'm trying to pick a question here. It's moving quick. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you coming in. How do you minimize telegraphing? Just minimize your telegraphing. That's a great question, but try to stop this motion, this rocking motion before you throw. And again, have that in mind when you're training, when you're sparring, when you're shadowboxing, when you're hitting the heavy bag. Just throw it. Just throw from where it's at. And try to just put your arm in different positions and throw from there. Just extend it. Maybe you're off balance. Maybe you're tilted to the left and your arm's over to the right. Just throw it from here. Just extend. Just touch them with your fist. You know, a lot of the times, and I'm guilty of this too, we overcommit. We focus too much on power and we try to get this momentum, you know, but we're not trying to bust down a door. We're trying to just connect our fist to the chin, our fist to the nose, our fist to the eyebrow, our elbow to the eyebrow, you know. You think about if I were to fully extend my arm and someone just walked into it, that would hurt, right? That would knock their head back, and I put nothing into it. My arm is just fully extended. Don't worry about power. I'm telling you, worry about technique, accuracy, timing, distance. You'll notice you land a lot more shots. You do a lot more damage if you stop focusing so much on power. Are you a champion at fighting? Nah, I never got a champion belt. Never got a champion belt. Fought for one. Twice, I believe. Lost decision. Never been finished in a fight. Pretty proud of that. Never been finished. Only lost decisions. Close ones too. How many street fights have you been in? Been in a decent amount of street fights. I was just thinking about a funny street fight. I woke my wife up laughing at it the other night. Man, I'm sponsoring a buddy of mine who I grew up with. He was a little bit older, but he always looked out for us. You know, when there was too many guys that we were fighting against, or the competition, there was just too much of them. He was the guy that we hit up, and man, just a lot of funny stories with him. He was a crazy dude. Crazy dude. Used to go shot for shot, they'd call it. So when we'd all hang out, we'd stand in front of each other. One person would punch him as hard as they could, right on the chin. You'd either eat the shot or you'd get knocked out, and then you'd get a shot back. That's how my friends, I never did. I was like, you guys are idiots. You guys are losing so many brain cells. They were chipping teeth or knocking each other out. But that's the dumb stuff that me and my friends did. Shot for shot. I do not recommend that. Don't do that. What's your opinion on Jeet Kune Do? I think it's a great ideology. It was ahead of its time. For MMA and for street self-defense, I don't think it's the best. I think there's a lot that you can take from it. But again, I think most importantly, it's the ideology behind it that I love and that I think everyone should adopt. Stop ducking Artem Lobov. The GOAT. how to train footwork for MMA. I have a couple videos on footwork. A couple videos. Definitely search my library for footwork and you'll find a lot of good stuff. Super fight with CM Punk. How much does CM Punk weigh? Are you 5'7" or taller? I'm 5'8". 5'8". I'm like 140 right now. Can't put weight on, man. So scrolling back up, I saw something in all caps. Don't all start typing in all caps now. All the jiu-jitsu guys in my gym are older than me. What do I do? You know what, man? I was always the youngest kid in my MMA gym. I was always fighting guys, or sparring with guys taller, bigger, older, and it was really frustrating. But that's how you improve. If you're sparring and training with guys that are not as good as you, smaller, younger, easy competition, you're not going to get better. You need to surround yourself with people better than you. So it's a blessing. It's good. You'll get older. So just try to keep up with them. Strive to be better than them. Best stance for a street fight. Somewhere, I mean, if you know your opponent, you know his style, then adapt accordingly. But MMA, like have a lower base, be ready for the takedown, be wary of sliding on the loose gravel or grass or whatever you're fighting on. I don't think a lot of people are going to be throwing leg kicks in a fight, but again, MMA is getting more and more popular, so these are things that you need to be wary of. So I would say sort of like an MMA. Geez, I can't talk today. MMA stance, but whatever you're comfortable with. Are you a Mcgregor fan? Isn't everyone a Mcgregor fan? Gotta be. Name one boring Mcgregor fight if you're not a fan. I mean, the talk and the personality, I get why you wouldn't be crazy about it, but Ryan Garcia versus McGregor, dude, I'm telling you, I was, what word did Coach PJ use? Enamored. He's like, I gotta say, Ryan, I've never seen Shane enamored by someone's technique before. I'm telling you, man, that the way this kid punches, he's hitting a heavy bag, my jaw dropped. I've never seen anything like that in person. I've trained and sparred with a lot of high-level guys, world-class guys, but I've never seen speed like that before. It was incredible. Ryan Garcia, I'm telling you, you guys got to keep an eye out for this kid. Golden Boy Prospect of the Year, 19 years old, 13 wins, 12 KOs, 225 amateur fights he's got. It's insane, dude. It's insane. How do you deal with a cheating or dirty fighter? That's the kind of thing you kind of got to fight fire with fire. Do it back to them. Someone pulls on your ear, rip their ear off. What do you think of KSI versus Joe Weller? So I've been trying to do my research on this and figure out who these guys are and what's going on with all this. They're hyping it up. They're taking a page out of Conor and Floyd's book, huh? Yeah, I don't know much about these guys, but I think they're geniuses for starting this feud and fighting, setting up a boxing match. These are two YouTubers, right? Musicians, maybe, and they're doing like the celebrity style boxing match, selling tickets and pay-per-views and everything. You guys are smart. See Dempsey roll being spammed. Fight tips for Ellie Sekback. Ellie's a nice guy. I met Ellie. I like him a lot. I like his videos. Javante against Ryan Garcia. Ryan takes that easy. And then take a sip of the tea. But that's none of my business. All right, let me see. Karate or Thai boxing for MMA. If you have to choose one over the other, I'd go with Thai boxing. There's more of a focus in MMA with Muay Thai. Most guys are going to be throwing low kicks, round kicks. They're not going to be throwing so much hopping side kicks, hook kicks, that kind of thing. So more so for the defense aspect, I would say Thai boxing, because you want to learn how to check kicks. Boxing to kicks, that Dutch style kickboxing, it's going to be an easier transition. Whereas karate, you're going to have a side stance. They don't focus on the hands as much. So yeah, I would say the hands and the defense, I would go with Thai boxing if you had to choose one. But if you could incorporate both, that's even better. Advice for your first kickboxing fight. Listen to your coaches. Have fun. Pace yourself. Seems to be the number one thing that everyone is surprised with is, wow, that was a lot more challenging on the cardio and the muscle endurance than expected, than it is in sparring, and that's because of the adrenaline and the nerves. You're going to be 50% when you get in there, when you start, because of your nerves and adrenaline. So pace yourself, use your jab, use your range, and let everything go. Let it all out. Empty out the tank. Of course, still pacing yourself, but hold nothing back. Win or lose, you want to, at the end of the fight, you want to look back and say, I did everything I could to win. You don't want to have any regrets. So that's my advice for your first fight, for any fight. Amateur boxing record, let me think, I have to count. So I did, my first one was actually a Golden Gloves fight. Very close fight. I lost that one decision. It was in the guy's home gym too. Second fight was for Mid-Atlantics. Lost decision on that one. So my first 2 fights were losses. Actually, Ryan Garcia's first 2 fights were losses too. I thought that was pretty inspiring. Then I won my third fight. Was a stoppage in the first round. No, that was a decision. I lied. There was a decision that I won, and then I got the stoppage the fourth. And then I fought a 5th time. I lost decision. So that was in Philly, and then I moved to LA, and then I had 3 fights in LA. Lost 2, won 1. Yeah, so I got a losing record in boxing. In Muay Thai, I only lost 1 fight. That was a decision. I fought up a weight class, open division. I got to Virginia, so it was like a 4-hour trip. We took a train ride. We got down there, and they're like, we have no opponents for you. I'm like, you're kidding me, come on. So I'm like, all right, I'll fight up and weight. You can only fight up and weight if you fight in the open division. I'm like, let's do it. I'm not coming down here not to fight. Fought Tim Amarim, who went on to be a Lion Fight fighter. Really great fighter. Decorated in the amateurs. It's now pro. So happy to have lost to a guy like that. Favorite boxer? I really like Errol Spence right now. Really like Spence. Loved Floyd style. Learned a lot from watching him. Algieri was always a favorite of mine. But if we want to go like way back of all time, something about Joe Louis, man. Something about Joe Louis. I think just the era that he fought in, he dealt with a lot more than just competition in the ring. Joe Frazier, Philly guy, loved his style. I loved when he fought Ali. I love that leaping lead hook that he does. And then there's a highlight video of Sugar Ray Robinson. Sugar Ray Robinson? Yes. Which gets me so pumped. Love watching him too. Kind of a sad story in his later years, but as a boxer, I love that guy. Who wants a shout out? Dakota wants a shout out. Ryan Garcia versus Josh Kelly. Well, what's Josh Kelly's weight? I love Josh Kelly. He comments on my stuff sometimes too. No, that kid's got some serious skill, great footwork, great angles, very just athletic and agile. Tea, always tea. Yeah, I don't like coffee, and I just drink Lipton. And then I just got a turmeric tea, which is supposedly really good for muscle soreness and inflammation. That's really nice. Really nice. Fight like Rigondeaux. I don't know how well that video would do. Someone said you should do a video on how to fight like Rigondeaux. I do like Rigondeaux though. Very interesting fighter. Sugar Shane O'Malley, not familiar. What snapback is that? I got this at Vans. It's a starter collab. But I love the colors of this. It's like a wool. Need to get some fight tips snapbacks. What's this one? How many boxing matches do I need to have an advantage in the streets? That's an interesting one. I like that question. I would say just one, honestly. Just training your boxing in general, you're going to have an advantage. The more that you do it, the more sparring that you do, the more fighting, you're going to just have more of an advantage. You're going to be more comfortable there. You're going to be used to seeing shots flying at you. You're going to have better accuracy, better conditioning, more comfortable just in that situation. But I would say just one. Yeah, Joe Weller versus, is it Casey or KSI? You guys will have to inform me on that. Keep me up to date on all the trends. You know what? I gotta be honest with you guys. I don't watch any YouTube videos. I'm never on YouTube. I just upload and then I'm off. I really don't follow anyone. KSI. Cool. All right, guys. I'm gonna do about 5-10 more minutes, and then I'm gonna head out. So let's answer some questions. Spence versus Triple G. I'd like to see Thurman first. I'd like to see one time. I think Spence beats him. I think he finishes him. And Triple G, I don't know if he'll still be around, honestly. I think he'll do this Canelo fight, and that might be it for Triple G. I don't know, though. I don't know. Why is flexibility hurt? Like, why does stretching hurt? Because you're probably not doing it enough. Got to keep doing it. Keep doing it. Sorry, I see answer, please, but I don't see a question. How about a shout out? Far too beastie. What did you ask? Just ask it again. Ask it again. This chat is moving too quick. Sorry, guys. Mirko Krokop. Loved Krokop back in the day. Still do. But he was like one of my favorites. Bully at school. That wants to fight. Yeah, avoid it as best you can. Avoid it. Talk your way out of it. Verbal diffusion. You don't have to be friends, but if you can avoid it, avoid it. Ain't worth getting kicked out of school, suspended. Physical damages ain't worth it. Are you ever going to fight again? Nah. Unless I get offered a lot of money. I honestly just don't have that drive, guys. It's impossible to force. You know, if I don't have that will to fight and the will to win, I would hate to do that to you guys. To pump up a fight and then I get in there and my heart and soul isn't into it. You guys wouldn't want that. Thoughts on Jeremy Stevens? Bad dude. Bad dude. Read, please. All right, I'll read. Hey, man, I'm 14 years old, from Ireland. Love Ireland. And I just want to say you've inspired me to take up Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai, and I couldn't be any more grateful. Keep up the good work. I can say your last name. I'm not sure. Is it Ewan? Ewan O'Reilly? Eoghan? That's awesome, brother. I'm telling you, those messages are what keep me going. It's not the money. It really is just hearing success stories like that, hearing people being inspired to take up martial arts, losing weight, standing up to their bully, building confidence. It's everything to me. So, Godspeed, man. Let's keep it up. Proud of you, all you guys. All right, I see another one. All caps. Please answer. Is lifting weights crucial for fighting? So it's a discussion that I have with a lot of people. I'm curious about it myself. I lift weights. I do it. I'll admit I do it for the aesthetics. I do want to look good when I take my shirt off. I do want to have muscle. I also do it for the functional reasons. I do work muscle endurance. I do work plyometrics. I do movements that will directly benefit fighting. You need some sort of resistance. Hitting a heavy bag has resistance. Resistance bands, medicine balls. You have to go against some sort of resistance with your body, whether it's weights or whether it's calisthenics, body weight stuff. A lot of fighters that I ask though seems like it's pretty split. You know what? I take that back. It's pretty split. I asked Ryan Garcia. He said never. I don't do any weights. He does resistance bands and body weight training. I never see Sanchai lifting weights. He doesn't have a body that looks like he lifts weights. But he's arguably the best Muay Thai fighter of all time. You need resistance, whether it's, like I said, whether it's with weights or not. Fight like Canelo, yeah, that'd be a good video. Please read, why is it bad to show advanced techniques on YouTube? Oh, I said that in a video once. It's not bad. It's not a bad thing. I don't want people who haven't mastered the basic yet to go on and do advanced training techniques, because that's going to form bad habits. You need to walk before you can run. I'm 16 from Ireland. Dylan. I love all these Irish names. I do boxing, but people are bullying me. I don't want to hurt them. What should I do? Verbal diffusion, man. It's even better than being able to know how to fight. If you can talk your way out of it, that's best. That's key. If you can just avoid these people, do that. Say, hey, you want to come into my boxing gym? We'll We'll discuss in the ring. We'll get a nice sparring session in with a ref, coaches. It'll be controlled. That may be a good way to shut someone up. I used to in high school. In high school, I used to keep my boxing gloves on the outside of my school bag, mostly because I didn't want them to stink up. I wanted them to air out. But people recognized me as the boxer because of that, and I kind of got respect. There were some people who challenged me, and that's kind of what I said. I'm like, hey man, I'm on my way to my gym now. If you want to come, we'll get some rounds in. Nah, man, I can't do that today, So, let's see. Should make my own martial arts movie. Let's do it. I just need the funds. I need the money to make it happen. What do you think about John Jones? I think John Jones is an incredible, incredible fighter. He's just a little troubled. That's about it, man. Can you fight Ryan Garcia? You know what I said to Ryan yesterday when I was training with him? I'm like, so I usually offer anyone who's in here a round of sparring. If you guys want to spar, I'm like, I think I might have a little knee injury. I got like this thing going on my shoulder today. Maybe next time, Ryan. Dude, I don't want to get hit by that kid. He's like, he walks around now at like 140, so he's my weight. Kid is too quick, man. Too quick. If we could do leg kicks, I would do it, but just boxing, oh man, I think he would tap me up. Let's see. All right, guys, about 3 more minutes. A couple more questions here. Thank you guys for coming in. Really appreciate it. Just appreciate your support, continued support in general. It's awesome. You guys really are the best fans. I know I said that in the beginning of the Juji video, but I really did mean it. You guys are awesome. There's really rarely any hate, any negativity in the comments. To give yourselves a pat on the back. It's very cool of you. Is kicking easier if your legs are flexible? Yes, and there's an argument where if you're too flexible, you lose strength because you need that pull, like that natural pull. Not sure I agree with that, because I know guys that are super and crazy flexible where they can kick straight up in the air. And I don't want to get kicked by anything like that, Like I said in the beginning, if I hold my arm out here and you run into my hand, it's going to hurt you, right? It doesn't have to be the most powerful shot. It needs to be, if I can control it, if I can get over your guard and come down with an axe kick, or I can come in between your guard like Anderson Silva did against Vitor Belfort and connect with the ball of my foot on your chin. That didn't sound right. But it was right. You can twist my words around, but I didn't actually say anything dirty there. What do you think about judo on the street? I think judo would be one of the best martial arts for the street. Judo is something that I've always wanted to learn. I just never found a dojo or a gym, and I just never really committed to it. I honestly just love striking, which is why I went from Taekwondo to Muay Thai to boxing, and now I'm starting to dabble in Jiu-Jitsu. I don't enjoy it. I don't have fun when I'm doing it. Judo, though, what I love about judo for the streets is a lot of these reaps and sweeps and takedowns, you stay standing, but the person goes down. And I remember reading a quote about judo a couple years back. It said something like, in a fight, most people look for the biggest thing to hit someone with, but a judoka hits you with the biggest thing possible, the earth, which I thought was so cool. So instead of picking something up and smashing, you're picking that person up and smashing them against the earth. Which is great for the streets, right? You stay standing, they're on the ground. That's a good position to be in for you. Do I ever get shin splints? Yes, I actually wrote a poem about shin splints, probably because I couldn't run. I was running a lot in college before I dropped out. I would run every day, and I remember the one day I ran like 12 miles, and I got really bad shin splints, and I couldn't run, so I was bored, and I hate writing poetry, but I thought for some reason 2 negatives would cancel each other out. So I wrote a poem about shin splints. I think I did a video on Fight Tips where I read it out loud. You gotta rest, man. That's the number one thing. Ice, ibuprofen, rest, and just give them time to heal, because shin splints is a strange name. It's not actually anything to do with your bone. It's, you think about your calf muscle and the way it's shaped. Let's see if I'm flexible enough to do this here. Oh, I have to stand. So shin splints happen because the way that the leg is built. You have this huge calf muscle in the back, and you have muscles in the front, but they're much smaller. And when you run and when you work your legs a lot, you're equally working the front and the back. The front can't keep up. So it's literally just overused muscle is what shin splints are. So you just need them to rest and need them to recover. So you can do swimming. You could do, probably do heavy bag stuff, and it won't be too much on the legs. All right, a couple more questions, and then I'm out. Please read. My name is Corey. I'm 15. I'm in Northern Ireland. It's crazy. I'm answering all these. I'm not doing this intentionally, guys. Where's all like India, Australia? Where are you guys at? First amateur boxing match. Do you have any tips? Thank you if you answer this. I will answer this. So yeah, use your jab. Listen to your coach. Pace yourself. Don't go all out in the beginning. Amateur boxing, punches and bunches. It's all about who lands more shots. If you drop a guy and you only throw one punch, but for 3 rounds he lands 10 jabs, he's going to win that fight. So don't worry about hurting him. Don't worry about knocking him out. Just land more shots and don't get hit. So keep your head moving. Defend with parries and blocks, punches and bunches. Try to be first. Try to be last. Try to be gone. Be first, be last, be gone. Be the first to attack, be the last to land an attack, and then be out so he can't counter you. Took that from CSA. Be first, be last, be gone. Block or dodge. Dodge. There's no contact. If you block a shot, it can transfer through the arm. It can still rattle you a little bit. You're still taking damage on your arm. You're still taking damage to your head. Same thing with the body. If you completely evade it, they're going to be more tired. Because when you throw a shot and you miss, it takes more energy than if you throw a shot and it's blocked. That's why you guys need to shadow box more. Everyone wants to hit the heavy bag, but no one wants to shadow box. Got to get used to missing. Badr Hari. Badr Hari, man, he was an entertaining fighter. He's still fighting, right? Badr Hari, he's still fighting. How do I buy your gloves? So the gloves will be available, guys, first week of February, is what I'm told from the manufacturer. Sorry for the delay. Believe me, if I could be selling them, I would be. They're awesome, though. Ryan Garcia gave his seal of approval. He wore them. He loved them. I've been using them nonstop. Really excited about them. Like I said, limited quality. There's only going to be a couple available, and I know they're going to sell out quick. But then I need to work on getting more. I'm in a bit of a predicament now with the gloves. Yeah, I'm trying to get a lot of them. The manufacturer is not making it easy for me, which is crazy. I'm gonna shut up and take my money, but they won't. So yes, first week of February there will be a limited amount of gloves available. Thank you guys for showing so much interest and wanting them. I'm gonna get them to you as best I can. All right, one last question. I'm gonna pick a good one that everyone can benefit from. This is true, Callum. I just read your comment. Do you do parkour? I do. I enjoy it. Can I have a shout out? Blue Donut. Done. All right, quick question. Let's see. How many days should people run in the week? I honestly do about two or three a week now. I was doing a lot more. Ryan Garcia said he does it every single day, 5 miles every single day, 7 days a week. 2 to 3 is better than nothing. Can running too much affect your training, like 7 to 8 miles a day? My rule of thumb is I don't exceed 5 miles for shin splints, for joint health, and because it takes a lot of time and energy, and I'd rather use that on fight training. So that's kind of how I see it, is like you only have so much energy. There's only so much that your body can do. So you kind of have to find that balance. It's the same thing with lifting weights. If you're spending all of your time and energy on lifting weights, you don't have that time and energy to spend on sparring and the heavy bag and everything else. So 7 to 8, like I said, 5 miles is usually where I cap it. But if that's what you like doing, Matt, run it. Who would win, 10 duck-sized bears or 1 bear-sized duck? So let me picture that in my head. 1 bear-sized duck. That would be scary. Versus 10 duck-sized. I could go with 10 duck-sized bears. Yeah, it'd be jumping all over you, biting you. I love bears. I love bears. I like turtles. New guy getting into Muay Thai. Dive in head first. Just do it. Yeah, Badr versus Rico too. Right. Oh yeah, he broke his arm or something. I do remember that. All right. Can you come to Ireland, Dylan? I was in Ireland that wasn't even a year ago. It was a couple months back. We did a meetup. It was awesome. I would love to come back. There's a lot of places I want to go. Ireland, I definitely want to go back to. I don't know if anyone's in Southeast Asia, but I should be over there next month as well. I see this person keeps. What do you think of Andy Sauer? He was my coach. Andy Sauer, man, was my motivation, inspiration, childhood hero. When he was beating Masato and Bocale and Koei and all those guys in K1, dude, I wore compression pants. I wore tights in my fights in honor of Andy. Andy, dude, I learned so much from Andy Sauer. And now, in March, I'm going to be teaching alongside of him. It's crazy. It's crazy how life works. It's insane. I'm like a little kid, man. I'm so excited. Can you come to England? Again, another place I want to go. Yes, I don't know when, but it'll happen. Who do you think will come out on top in the boxing heavyweight scene? I think Joshua's got that on lock. I do. I think he beats Wilder. Denmark. Noted. Got you. What are your thoughts on Krav Maga? I do have a video on that. Krav Maga, it's funny, like some people will say Krav Maga seems like a too advanced for me. I've heard people say that. I'm like, really? Because Krav Maga is kind of like compressed, like MMA compressed mixed in with street fighting. It's like, we'll teach you to stick your thumb in someone's eyes and bite and attack the throat and pull the ears. But it's compressed. It's kind of a system more than it is a martial art. A lot of MMA gyms don't do sparring, so you're not really going to have that real life application. Some do though. Again, so you can't really knock the art or the style. It's pretty much the gym or the coach teaching it. You know, Coach K has a good expression. He says, people who hate CrossFit don't know what they're talking about because it really depends on the instructor. It depends on who's teaching you how to do it correctly. Because I've heard the national anthem, and it's a good song, but I've heard it being butchered by some people who sing it. You know, so that's pretty much what it comes down to. Check it out. Check it out, Krav Maga gym. Most places offer like a free trial class. If you like it, awesome. Stick with it. Don't worry about what other people say. Read, someone said. So, I want to move to China to travel and learn Shaolin Kung Fu. Damn, this dude's living the dream, Jordan. He said, but my stepdad wants me to go to college, but I don't know anything I would do in college. What should I do? You're going to ask me for advice, man? If I tell you to go to China to become a Shaolin monk, your dad's going to hate me. Will Paige Van Zandt bounce back? We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I feel bad for Jordan. I gotta answer his question. You got one life to live. And if you honestly believe that for the rest of your life you want to be in China studying Shaolin Kung Fu, if that's what you want, I mean, you have to think about it. This can't be like something that, it can't be a fad. It can't be something that you're not interested in 5-10 years. I mean, I guess you could be like, all right, I'm going back to civilization now. But I'm not the guy to ask if you should go to college, because like I said, I dropped out of college and I'm not. Education is important. Education is important, and it's not necessarily college. There's not much in college besides business, marketing, that could teach me about running a successful martial arts channel. I was going for kinesiology, just study of movement. So I was doing, learning about anatomy and exercise and all that kind of thing. So that definitely helped. That definitely did help. But my education is training at martial arts gym. It's surrounding myself with world-class fighters. So education is important. Your education, if that's what you want to pursue, may be studying martial arts in China. Sit down and talk with your dad. Have a heart-to-heart with him, or stepdad, and say, I would just like to have a talk with you. Help me figure it out, because I don't want to go to college. I want to figure out what I want to do instead of, just going against everything you tell me to do. All right, 13-year-old Next month, I got my first boxing amateur competition. Should I go for KO or go for points? Actually, just answered that question. Definitely go for points. Definitely go for points. You'll tire yourself out. You won't win. It's all about punches landed. Who lands more punches? Shane could beat Master Wong. Master Wong. Any tips for a K1 fight I have soon? I'm fighting. Yeah, man. Listen to your coaches. Have fun. Pace yourself. Put everything out there. Leave it all in the ring. I see Marcos with an Athlete X profile picture. When should you start sparring? That's a question for your coach, but I do have a video on that. When am I ready for sparring? Search that. It's kind of a more in-depth answer. Or no, that's when am I ready for a fight? Sparring, I would say 2 months. If you have the basics down, if you've been doing sparring drills and you feel comfortable with punches being thrown at you, I would say about 2 months of consistent training. 3-4 days a week, if you can, for 2 months. All right, guys, I'm out. I've been going for 51 minutes. You guys are amazing. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for chatting with me. Fight Tips gloves are coming soon. First week of February. They're going to sell out quick, which is awesome. You guys are the best. What else? New series coming, interview series that you guys will really enjoy. Super Seminar March, end of March in New York City. Also will be available online pay-per-view. And I think that is about it. You guys are the best. Thanks so much for coming in. We'll see you all next time. Until then, I'm Shane with Fight Tips for the underdogs. You guys. Bye.